Hello everyone and welcome to the Mason Comets varsity baseball field for the Comets Conference home opener, where they will be taking on their GMC rival, the Fairfield Indians. I'm Addison Lenhart alongside my partner, Lydia Lisco. And Lydia, we've got a great game of baseball for the day. Two of the best teams in the GMC. Earlier in this week, Comets took the Fairfield home opener 4-2. Comets were down in that game 2-1, used a big sixth inning to propel themselves to that victory, and we expect another great game here today. Okay. On the mound for the Comets today is going to be the junior Brendan Garula, a lefty, number 5 for the Comets. The defensive alignment for the Comets will look like Max Johnson leading off and playing shortstop. He's an Indiana baseball commit. Ben Stewart will be playing third base. That's a strong left side of the infield for the Comets. Ben Stewart committed to play baseball at Evansville this coming year. Michael Molnar, the outfielder, the star basketball player, he'll be playing right field for the Comets. Jackson Orlando, the left fielder, he'll be batting cleanup and in left field. At first base, we will have the freshman Jake Hanley, a real standout young player for the Comets. Brendan Garula on the mound and hitting for himself, batting 6th. Kevin West, the center fielder, batting 7th. Brady Bly, the coach's son, at catcher. And then AJ Lefton batting batting 9th and playing second base for the Comets. Leading off for Fairfield will be the left fielder John Rodriguez. And the first pitch from Garula is high, and that's going to be ball 1. Not a lot of experience from Garula, only a junior. Of course, that COVID year threw off a lot of the schedules for these players, as Rodriguez fouls off pitch number 2. That's going to even the count at 1-1. Rodriguez was one of 3 Fairfield Indians to get a hit against the Comets. An amazing pitching performance from Michael Murphy and Drew Cox, 2 sophomores, as that one is low from Garula in the dirt. Rodriguez went 1 for 2 in that game. Got on base 3 times, as he also was able to draw 2 walks. The 2-1 from Garula is in there for strike 2. The count is even at 2-2. Here's the payoff from Garula, and that's in the dirt. And we will go to a full count. Looked like a breaking ball that Garula just lost a bit of control on. And a good at-bat from Rodriguez to start the game for Fairfield. Here's the full count pitch from Garula. That's a high fly ball into right field. It's going to take Molnar back a couple steps. And he drops the ball. Rodriguez is going to be into second base. Did he drop the ball, or was it an accessory possibly that fell off him? Looked like a hand warmer he might have dropped, is what they're saying. A peculiar play to start the Comets' home season, as they are going to call him out. Molnar dropping that hand warmer in right field. That's going to be out number 1, as Rodriguez is retired. Up to the plate steps the center fielder, Colin Singer, and Garula buries one in the dirt for ball number 1. Colin Singer, a senior, 0 for 4 with a strikeout in their first matchup, and he drills that one into left field. That's going to be a base hit. And so the Fairfield Indians have a man on base with 1 out. Good start for Fairfield to this game. In steps Ricky Barrios, the shortstop. Barrios was 0 for 3 in that first matchup. And he went around on that pitch. Looked like it was a called strike anyway. 0-1 the count with a man on first. The pitch from Garula in the dirt. Good scoop by Brady Bly, forcing Singer to stay put. 1-1 the count. 1 out, man on first. Garula gives Singer a look. The pitch, a little bit too high. Ricky Barrios ahead in the count, 2-1. As Garula will throw over. Nothing doing at first base by Singer.
Yeah, Garula has been throwing.
And that's going to be strike 2. Good pitch from Brendan Garula, freezing the shortstop Ricky Barrios. Garula topped out at 88 in the offseason. He's got a powerful arm, but he's coming off a bit of an injury to his knee. It's plagued him for the start of this season, but he's
hitting the catcher, number 1, Logan Murphy.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. Welcome into the Mason Varsity baseball field again, as we've got first and second from the Fairfield Indians. Ricky Barrios on first, the shortstop, and on second, Colin Singer, as Brendan Garula has gotten himself into a bit of a jam to start this game. 1-1 the count.
But Garula has had really good field awareness. He's been keeping an eye out, making sure that he's watching all those leadoffs, the quite large ones at that. But his pitching has been a little bit kind of all over the place. He's gotten 2 strikes, but we'll see how he keeps it up.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Garula. Logan Murphy, the catcher, batting cleanup. Murphy also a varsity basketball player for the Fairfield Indians, as Garula will give him a look again. Singer really in the head of Brendan Garula to start this game. Fairfield had 3 stolen bases against the Comets in game 1, as that one is fouled to the backstop.
Gorilla just has to keep on focusing on trying to get those strikes because he's paying too much attention to the things outside, like the leadoffs I think are starting to get to him. Even though it's the first inning of the game, he should really try to get this second out right here.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Murphy. The pitch from Gorilla is outside and low. And we have our second full count of the first inning by Brendan Gorilla. Singer leads off second. Barrios off first. The full count pitch from Gorilla is popped up.
And it looks like
in play. Bly will make the catch.
It's out. And
Good awareness by Brady Bly, and that's going to be out number 2. And Brendan Gorilla is 1 out away from working out of this first inning jam.
Yeah, that just goes to show you that you can never keep your eye off the ball, because if Bly thought that ball was coming out towards the stands, that would have just not been good for the Comets.
Absolutely good awareness by Bly making that play. Bly also one of the younger players in this Comets team. A lot of inexperience from this team. Even their best players, not a lot of time on varsity due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as Singer leads off second again. Gorula's first pitch is in the dirt. This is the DH, Caden Campbell, hitting for starting pitcher Zach Breedek today.
Gorula's pitches have been a little low. Late, he's gotten more low than high, so I don't know if he's trying to get something out of that, but apparently it's not working well for him.
Of course, Gorilla, as we mentioned earlier, coming off a bit of an injury. That also could be contributing to his inaccuracy early in this game, as that's a big lead from Singer.
Yeah.
And that's popped foul.
And
that one's going to be out of play, uncatchable.
Yeah. No matter how good Brady Bly's awareness is.
And that's going to be a ball and a strike now on the DH, Caden Campbell. 2 outs for the Comets, first and second. Campbell stands in. Gorilla gets the sign from Bly as time is called. Bit of a cloudy, windy day here for baseball.
Yeah.
A little chilly.
No sun whatsoever. But
as that is grounded foul past Ben Stewart. Caden Campbell battling, as that will make the count, or keep the count at 1-2. Of course, we expected some rain today. That held off, and we got to get this game in. GMC battle. First game was a thriller with the Comets, that comeback victory, scoring 3 runs in the 6th inning, giving Drew Cox the pitching victory, as he was magnificent in his pitching debut this season. Gorula. And that one's going to skip right past Brady Bly, and the runners are going to move up.
I hope Gorilla can keep up the strikes that he's been getting, because he got that one guy out, and I hope he's just still able to come out strong even with his injury, because coming off an injury is not easy. But he's showing some real good throws.
Swing and a miss by Campbell. Fairfield leaves the bases stranded at second and third, and the Comets will get the stop. A hit and no runs for Fairfield in that inning, as the Comets will head into the dugout. Of course, leading off for the Comets, we've got Max Johnson, Ben Stewart, and Michael Molnar, a really talented trio. And we will be right back after some messages real quick.
You ready ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back to the Mason Varsity Baseball Field. We got a great game for you today. As we take a look at the strikeout that ended the inning, Caden Campbell goes down swinging on a high fastball from the junior, Brendan Garula, coming back from injury, battling out of a jam. Second and third, Fairfield got it with 2 outs, and Garula was able to work out of it. As you see, Zach Breedek, the starting pitcher today for the Fairfield Indians. Breedek got a couple starts in his sophomore year, an ERA of 5.7, 13 innings pitched, and 12 strikeouts. And defensively for Fairfield, you've got the left fielder, John Rodriguez, the center fielder, Colin Singer, shortstop, Ricky Barrios. At catcher will be Logan Murphy. The DH, Caden Campbell, he'll be hitting for Breedek, as he was the one who struck out to end that inning. Third base will be Reese Wahoff. First base, Jonah Garrison. In right field will be Ty Cunningham, and to round things off, it'll be the second baseman, Tanner Centers. As Max Johnson will lead off, the Indiana baseball commit, the speedster, and an all-around just 5-tool player for the Comets, an amazing fielder. And he's gonna have a big impact for Indiana baseball for the next 4 years when he gets up to Bloomington.
It's so promising to see so many young athletes that have such a bright future in the sport of baseball, because they get to play the sport that they love in high school and continue to further in college, which is just amazing, I find.
Johnson will step in against Breedek. Johnson was 1 for 2 in that game against Fairfield on Monday, as he takes ball 1 low. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Johnson lets that one go past him, and the count will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball 2 low to Johnson. And talking to head coach Tommy Begley of the Fairfield Indians, he said that for Fairfield to win this game, they're going to have to eliminate the big inning. And, I mean, of course, he's referring to that 6th inning that cost Fairfield the game in the first matchup between these two teams. And, of course, situational hitting, runners in scoring position. Not a good start to that, as they left 2 men in scoring position at the end of the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Johnson, as a breaking ball drifts just outside. Coach Begley did say about this Fairfield team, it's a team that he hasn't seen chemistry from in quite some time. Very excited about his team's future this year. The payoff from Breedek, and a swing and a miss. Johnson goes down to begin the game. Good-looking changeup from Zach Breedek there to sit down the Indiana commit.
Yeah. That was very good. The 2 low hits, I think, were starting to throw Johnson off. He wasn't exactly prepared for that last hit, which got him the strike. So that was a very good pitch by number 6.
Stewart will take a breaking ball in the outside corner. Ben Stewart in his first at-bat of the season. Comets hosted the Moeller Crusaders, and Stewart took the Crusaders' yard in his first at-bat. Off to an amazing start to his senior season. Breedek high on that one. Ben Stewart 1 for 3 with a run scored in the matchup on Monday. 5-tool player as well, athletic, got a lot of speed, and of course he's got a lot of pop in that bat as well. The 2-1 pitch from Bredek is lined into left field. That's down the line. Stewart rounds first, and he'll stay put after giving second base a look. And Ben Stewart's hot start to the season continues here today with a hot line drive into left field.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, clean line. It went straight down the left side of the field, and it got him to first base easy, which is a perfect hit way to start off the game for Ben Stewart. It was a nice hit. You could hear the crack of the ball, which is always a good sign.
In steps Michael Molnar, batting third and playing right field. He's got a lot of pop in his bat as well. Breaking ball is low from Bredek. He started off each at-bat so far with a breaking ball. Stewart leads off first. Antsy at first base. Bredek.
Ooh.
And he hits Molnar.
And that is a walk. Ooh.
Molnar will take first base. Ben Stewart up to second, and the Comets have got first and second with just one out. And in steps Jackson Orlando, leading the GMC in batting average. Only 2 games in. As we take a look at that hit by pitch, he's getting Molnar right on the inside rib, it looked like there.
I think Molnar was trying to avoid the hit because I think he wanted to hit the ball, but it's never good when the pitcher hits the batter.
Orlando steps in, named one of Southwest Ohio's best players to watch out for after that .385 sophomore season he experienced as a member of this baseball team. His first go around as he takes strike one from Bredek there. Orlando leading the GMC in batting average, only 2 games in at .750. He's got a lot of pop and a lot of talent. He plays left field for the Comets. Stewart and Molnar will lead off as Bredek will step off. 0-1 count, 1 out. No score so far. Bottom of the first inning. Bredek, as Jackson Orlando will take ball 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. Both teams with similar starts to this game. A first inning base runner, and then first and second with an out. A breaking ball is in there for strike number 2. Orlando looks over to Coach Bly for the sign as he stands in the box behind in the count 1-2. Breaking ball is into left field. Coming in for it and making the catch is John Rodriguez, and that's going to be out number 2.
That ball was a little high. It was plenty of room for number 5, John Rodriguez, to come up and catch it. So we want a little bit more of a line drive from Jackson Orlando, but that was a good play on the outfield.
Jake Hanley now stands in, the freshman. He's actually the Comets' ace on their pitching staff this year. 89-mile-an-hour fastball from a freshman is just unheard of. That's what Jake Hanley brings to the table as he stands in and takes the first pitch low.
Mason just has so many all-stars on their team this year. I'm looking forward to seeing how the game plays out against Fairfield, who also has many good players, and a team that they faced off again against Monday. So.
As looks like the umpire called time on that play. 1-0 count to Jake Hanley, the big first baseman, batting 5th for the Comets today. And a fastball right down the middle. Hanley takes it for strike number 1. Hanley drills it, center field, base hit. Here comes Stewart. Coach Bly's gonna wave him home. And the Comets are on the board, 1-0. Jake Hanley, the freshman, with a big line drive base hit into center field, gets the Comets on the board. Michael Molnar moves up to third on the play, and it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs for the Comets.
That was a beautiful, clean hit. You can see right now as he hits it, it goes straight past, and then the outfielder just barely, the infielder just barely misses it. And it's a beautiful hit, especially coming from a freshman. I mean, this pitcher, Zach Breedek, is just not throwing easy balls, but Jake just knocked that one out of the park. But not really.
Brendan Garula steps in, the pitcher hitting for himself today as he takes that one outside. They're going to throw down to second, and he's going to be out. Hanley not expecting the throw. As the Comets were trying to sneak one on Fairfield, and they were ready for it, and that's going to retire the Comets' bottom of the first inning, as we will head to a quick break and be back with the Fairfield Indians as the Comets lead 1-0 at the end of the first.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance. I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
Welcome back to Mason, Ohio, as we have a great game early on as the Comets lead 1-0. 2 hits from the Comets in that bottom of the first inning. From the hit here by Jake Hanley, Ben Stewart came in to score on this play, which got the Comets on the board early. Good looking hit from the freshman Jake Hanley. Brendan Garula on the mound was able to get out of a first inning jam. Second and third with 2 outs to hold Fairfield scoreless, and that's where we stand currently. 1-0 the score.
I'm looking forward to see how Garula pitches this inning, because last inning he was a little shaky, I could feel, especially coming off that injury. He hit a lot of low balls, and I hope that he can get back in the strike zone and get those strikes out.
We take a look at some fans staying warm today in the stands. A little bit of a cold one, 46 degrees. Possible drizzle coming, but nothing that will stop this game today as that ball is taken inside. The third baseman, Reese Wahoff, takes ball 1. Shows bunt, Garula, ball 2 in the dirt. Two 2-0 the count, top of the second inning. Fairfield able to get some men on base in that first inning, weren't able to capitalize. Ball 3. 3-0 to the third baseman, Reese Wahoff. Garula taking his time on this pitch. The count. As that one is low.
You can tell the batter wasn't happy about that one either. When you have to walk on a base, you just like, oh, I just kind of walked on there. But Garula's just not showing up today. But again, coming off an injury, especially, and then they didn't have a last season, so this is one of his first pitching experiences in a game again. So it's going to be tough to get back in that groove.
Absolutely. A rust buster for both of these teams, looking to get back into the swing. As a bunt, and they're going to call a foul ball here. And excuse me, this is actually going to be the third baseman, Reese Wahoff, as on first base stands Caden Campbell. As we take a look at that bunt there, as it just hit him right on the forearm there, right after he bunted that one.
Yeah. With bunts, you have to be very careful because you're hitting it really close. The catcher's right there. So you got to watch out for bunts on both sides.
Garula will throw over. He's done that a couple times early on in this game.
He has his eye on first base. He doesn't want to let anything go.
The pitch from Garula. Lined right at the third base coach there. And that's going to make the count 0-2. So Garula, after walking a man on 4 pitches, is going to get ahead in the count 0-2 on 2 pitches with the third baseman, Reese Wahoff. Garula's pitch is lined down the left field line, but that's going to be a foul ball.
Especially as a left-hand pitcher, you can see Garula really keeping his eye on first base. He's making eye contact with Jake Hanley almost every time he goes up to throw the ball. He really wants to make sure that that leadoff is not going anywhere.
Kemper Murray on first base for the Indians. Garula's pitch is lined into center field. Kevin West gets under it and retires Wahoff for out number 1.
Beautiful play by the outfield. He saw where the ball was going. He caught it. It was a little high again on the hit. He got some air underneath, which isn't always the best thing, but good play for the Comets.
Wind, of course, carrying out towards right center field. Seen a couple balls fly out there early on in this game. Of course, that ball to Michael Molnar to lead off the game. Garula's first pitch will come after he throws over. And stands the first baseman. It's Jonah Garrison. And a swing and a miss there.
He was really eyeing that ball. He wanted to get it out far, but it was a strike.
0-1 the count from Garula. As he gives Kemper Murray a look. As he's running, lined at the second baseman, it's caught by Lefton, and that's an easy double play for the Comets. And a bad break for Fairfield as the hit and run was on. That's going to end a promising start to the inning as they got the first man on. As we're going to head to a quick break. Middle of the second inning, Comets lead 1-0.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Welcome back to Mason Field here as Brendan Garula will step in for the Comets. Comets lead 1-0 after the top of the second inning. A beautiful double play by A.J. Lefton in the Comets. A bad break for Fairfield ended that second inning for the Indians as Bredek starts off another at-bat with a breaking ball, this one low and in the dirt, to Brendan Garula.
I think especially after Monday's game where Fairfield, they were up and then they lost. Fairfield knows they have to play well to win against the Comets this time, and it's getting in their heads a little bit, especially after that double play. We're going to see some probably more intensity from the Indians in order to catch up to the Comets.
Garula, the pitcher, batting 6th for the Comets, takes another one low, and Garula is ahead in the count, 3-0. And that ball's outside, and Brendan Garula will draw a 4-pitch walk.
Both pitchers started off the second inning with a walk, so I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to play at here, because it's never good to get a man on base, especially with a walk. So we just got to see a little more intensity from the pitchers if they want to get those strikes from those batters.
And a free base to start the inning for the Comets as Garula stands on first. Bredek will give him a look. In stands the center fielder, Kevin West, another junior, and he looks at a bunt, and that one's going to go foul. Oh, 1 the count to the center fielder, Weston Jr., another talented young player for this Comets team. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Bredek, and a swing and a miss. Big swing from Kevin West there, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, you can tell he really wanted to get that ball. He really wanted to hit it out into the field, but just a strike. A lot better than the first batter that Bredek is pitching.
And a swing and a miss from West again. So 3 pitches, sits down Kevin West. Looked like a changeup on that play by Bredek. Beautiful pitch, sits West down for the first out of the inning. 1 man on, 1 out. 1-0 lead for the Comets in the bottom of the second inning.
Bredek did not want another walk on that hitter. You could tell.
Brady Bly stands in. He's catching for Brendan Garula. A lot of pressure being the coach's son on a team like this, but he's a very talented and skilled player, and he's proven it early on in this season. As he lines that one to second base, and it's going to get over the head. Garula round second. He's going to stay put. Gave third base a look. Fairfield will get it in quickly. And Comets are threatening with first and second, and just 1 out. As in steps the second baseman, A.J. Lefton, for the Comets.
That was a nice, beautiful, clean hit by Bly. It went right over the second baseman's hand, and it got him on base, which I could tell the Comets really just want to get on base. And once they're on base, that's when they can make their move.
Catcher Logan Murphy jogging out to the mound there to give Bredek a few words of encouragement as A.J. Lefton steps in for the Comets. First and second, 1 out. Garula and Bly. Back to the shortstop, and he boots it. Throw over to first, and Lefton is safe at first base, and the bases are loaded.
That was a beautiful, nice hit by Lefton. The shortstop, you could see him fumble it in his hands. That was not the best play on Fairfield.
Ricky Barrios has that ball, a little bit of a knuckle off the grass there. And Lefton, hustling, was able to beat that out at first base, and now the Comets get back to the top of the order, and the base is loaded. And they've gotten the bat on the ball with Bredek on the mound early on in this game. First pitch is outside and high. Bredek seems to be a little flustered right now with the bases loaded, and the Indiana 5-star commit, Max Johnson, at the plate.
There's a lot of pressure on Max right here because all bases are loaded. That means anything can happen. The Fairfield could magically get 3 outs, or Comets could get another home run. So he's really got to play this smart and make sure that that ball gets where it needs to be.
Line down the first base line for Johnson, but foul. And the count is 1-1 now. Wind still blowing here at Mason Varsity Field. The 1-1 pitch to Max Johnson coming. And a breaking ball. Beautiful pitch there from Bredek. And Johnson was way out in front of that one. Corners. Just a really nice breaking ball there from Bredek. He's shown that ball a couple times early on in this game, and it's been effective and accurate.
Bredek knows what he's good at, and he shows that up every single time.
Here's another breaking ball. Johnson was able to sit back and foul that one off. The count 1-2. Corners in for the Indians. Double play depth up the middle. Inside and ball number 2. Good waist high fastball there from Bredek. Just tailed a little bit on him inside. Johnson far up in the box against Bredek.
Bredek has been a lot more consistent than he was in the first inning. He's been getting those right where he wants them to be, especially with those breaking balls.
And that one is in the dirt, and all of a sudden Max Johnson has evened up the count now at 3-2. A full count here as Bredek looking for a new ball. Full count here, 1 out, bases loaded.
Again, a lot of pressure on Max Johnson to get this hit, because as soon as he hits it, third base is going to be running to try to get that home run.
Johnson into left field and deep. Not deep enough, it'll be caught. Garula will hold. Ball comes back down into the infield. Beautiful execution by the Indians on that play.
That was a very nice play. Again, Fairfield Indians just watched that ball, tracked it right into his glove. He was not going to let that go, because as soon as, if he dropped it, that would have been the home run for the Comets. That was a very smart play by the Fairfield Indians.
Ben Stewart now steps in, the third baseman. Evansville commit. His first year as a member of the varsity baseball program for the Comets. Yet one of the more talented ones. And a breaking ball. Looked good from Bredek there. Just a little bit high coming in at the letters. 1-0 the count, 2 down. Bases loaded. Comets with an opportunity here to break this game open. And the pitch from Bredek. Low and inside. Clips the inside corner of the plate for a strike. And it's 1-1. Bredek high on pitch number 3. Stewart ahead in the count at 2-1. Stewart, of course, as we mentioned earlier, with that home run in his first at-bat of the season against the Crusaders. What a way to start your senior season and your varsity baseball debut. As he holds up on the breaking ball there, and the count is 3-1. Good plate awareness there from Stewart.
Stewart is doing a very good job of keeping his eye on the ball and not swinging when he knows it's not going to be there. But Bredek is just not letting up. He's being relentless in his pitches.
Ball 4, and the Comets are going to get another run here. Stewart draws the walk after getting down in the count. Michael Molnar will step in to the same situation. 2 outs, bases loaded. Comets' lead is up to 2-0 now. A really nice at-bat there from Stewart. Patience, let a couple breaking balls go by, and was able to draw the walk. Molnar, of course, was hit by the pitch early on in this game, that first inning.
Breedick has to be careful to not hit him again, or that's another home run for the Comets.
Good block there from Logan Murphy. And ball number 1 from Breedick. 1-0 the count, 2 down. Bottom of the second inning, Comets with a 2-0 lead. The pitch from Breedick, and that is in there for strike number 1. Molnar thought that was a little bit above the zone. Count is even at 1-1.
Breedick just has to keep on throwing solid pitches, because every time the batters are going to take the ball, they're not going to swing at something that they know they're not going to be able to hit. So he has to keep on throwing those consistent ones, or else that's another home run for the Comets since all bases are loaded.
The 2-1 pitch here from Breedick. And a swing and a miss from Molnar. And that's a thing that Breedick has gotten a lot of early on in this game. Has been swings and misses from the Comets. As we take a look here, Molnar had the eye of the tiger looking at that one. He's looking to put that one into the outfield for sure and bring home a couple of those runs. A lot of speed on the base paths right now for the Comets. You got Lefton at second, Stewart at first, and Brady Bly at third base. And that ball's in the dirt. Bly gave it a look, but a good block there again from Murphy, and the count is full at 3-2.
The Comets are just on base, are just itching to go. They're ready to run. You can see in their leadoffs that at any moment, as soon as that ball is hit, they're going to be running.
Molnar with the count full. Runners going with a full count and 2 outs. And that one is fouled off to the left side. 3 hits for the Comets, 1 for the Indians. Of course, that costly error, which got the bases loaded at shortstop by Ricky Barrios. We get the same situation here. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will be going on the pitch. Here it comes from Breedick. And it's high, and that's another run.
This is not looking good for the Indians. Breedick, he could be getting in his head about things, but this is a good time for him to talk with his team because he's been pitching really good so far. It's just those 4 balls are just killing him every single time. But it's good news for the Comets because this is their 3rd home run.
Catcher Logan Murphy and a pitching coach heading out to the mound. Try and calm Breedick down. He's dug himself in a bit of a hole here. 2 down, bases loaded, walked 2 runs in consecutively. Stewart and then Molnar, and in stands Jackson Orlando now. The cleanup hitter for the Comets, hit .385 his sophomore season, leading the GMC in batting average currently at .750. He's been on a tear to start this season.
Which does not sound like good news for Breedick, because as soon as he hits the ball, it could be gone if Breedick gives him the opportunity.
Orlando in left field today for the Comets. Breaking ball. And that's going to be taken for ball 1 by Orlando. Here's the pitch from Breedick. And that's going to be in there for strike number 1. So the count is even at 1-1. Orlando takes that one. And Comets have been taking most first pitch strikes in this game, looking to wear Breedick out, put together some quality at-bats in the first couple innings of this game. Trying to make Fairfield use that bullpen. And and that one is popped straight up into the haze. Third baseman and the shortstop converging, and that's going to be caught out there by Ricky Barrios. Orlando in off the hands there, and that's going to be the third out. So the Comets leave them loaded, 3-0, capitalizing off 2 walks by Zach Bredek. We will be right back with third inning action as the Comets with a 3-0 lead over the Fairfield Indians here from Mason Varsity High School Field.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer, got it! In for the Comets score. Win! Comets win! Yeah!
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
3, 2, 1.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And welcome back to the Mason High School Varsity Baseball Field at Mason Middle School. The Comets are 3-0 lead heading into the top of the third inning. Brendan Garula's first pitch. Welcome back to the Mason High School Varsity Baseball Field as Brendan Garula fires in the second ball of this at-bat. It's 2-0 the count. Comets with a 3-0 lead, capitalizing off 2 runs that were walked in by pitcher Zach Bredek. In stands the second baseman, Tanner Centers, for the Fairfield Indians. The pitch from Garula, center field. On the run is Kevin West. He'll nestle under it and make the catch for out number 1.
Good field awareness by the Comets. They made sure that they had their eye on the ball again. Both teams have been really good about when a high ball goes out into the field, they're very good about making sure they have it in their mitts.
John Rodriguez, the junior, as he fouls that one straight back. And Garula is ahead 0-1. Of course, Rodriguez in his first at-bat flew out to Michael Molnar in right field. Molnar actually dropped a hand warmer on that play. Looked like he dropped the baseball, but Rodriguez was retired. As the second pitch from Garula is in there for a strike, and Garula looks a lot more confident on the mound right now than the way he started this game.
Yes. Garula has been, starting off this inning, he's been very good about his pitches, especially when last time a lot of them were low, but this time they've been up a little more and not touching the ground so much.
Garula a little bit more methodical, getting into a good rhythm on the mound out there. As the count is 1-2 to John Rodriguez. 1 down in the inning. Breaking ball looked good, but it is called a ball, and it'll be 2-2, an even count. 1 down in the inning, top of the third. Garula's pitch is swung on and missed by Rodriguez. 2 down quickly for the Comets. An efficient start to the inning, and Garula is dealing on the mound currently.
That was a beautiful pitch by Garula. He's looking a lot more confident this inning, like we said, and it's just his pitches look a lot better, and that batter was just not able to capsize on that ball.
In stands the center fielder, Colin Singer. Takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. Fouled straight back again. And so Garula, who's got a little bit more pace, a little bit more tempo to his pitches out there right now, ahead 0-2 in the count with 2 down in the top of the third.
Once Garula is in his rhythm, which I think he's in right now, he's been throwing really well. And that's a quick end to the top of the inning.
Called third strike on Singer there. Brendan Garula with a highly efficient third inning. As we're going to head to a quick break here. We'll be back with the bottom of the third as the Comets will lead off up 3-0, looking to capitalize on that efficient inning.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wade.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
And welcome back to the Mason High School varsity baseball field. Leading off in the bottom of the third inning is Jake Hanley, of course. In his first at-bat, drove in the first run of the game for the Comets. Line drive single past the second baseman as he's going to take ball 1 low. Hanley, only a freshman, and the Comets are no strangers to freshmen on their varsity team. They've got a couple this year. Mark Rutherford. Nick Northcutt was a superstar in his freshman year with the Comets. Max Johnson, of course, has played every single year in the Mason program as a member of the varsity team. And he's been a big part of what the Comets are building. Been a part of a lot of great teams that Coach Kurt Bly has had the pleasure of coaching. As 2 balls and no strikes here on Hanley, as he went around on that one. 2-1 the count.
Especially since they're 3-0 right now, Fairfield, I can feel the pressure that they do not want the Comets getting any more runs. So there's a lot of pressure on the pitcher, Zach Breedick, to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Hanley not able to keep his head on that pitch as he swings and misses for strike 2. Breedick battles back, and that's going to be ball 3, so another full count here. We've seen a lot of those early on in this game. Hanley with a methodical at-bat.
Breedick just has to be careful to not get this walk again, because he had 2 last inning, and if he gets another one, I fear that he's just going to get it in his head, and that's never a good thing.
Another free base for the Comets, the 4th of this game, as we've had 3 walks now, and then of course that error at shortstop by Ricky Barrios, which loaded the bases last inning for the Comets. As in steps Brendan Garula, the pitcher. He's been sensational, only giving up 1 hit through 3 innings, coming off that injury to his knee.
And he had a very strong pitching game last inning, so I look forward to seeing how he does well on his batting turn.
Takes the first pitch high at the letters. Bly will give the sign. Hanley over there at first base, held on by Jonah Garrison, the first baseman. The pitch from Bredek. Swung on and missed. Change of pace there from Bredek, the changeup. And Garula was way out in front of it.
Yeah. Garula just did not have his eye on the ball in that time. He's got to make sure that he's tracking it so that way he can get that nice clean hit. If not, we're just going to have more swings and misses.
Fouled back by Garula. 1-2 the count now.
Bredek can take his time getting ready to pitch because he needs to make sure he's on his A game, or else it will be another base taken for the Comets.
Another one up in the zone there from Bredek. Hasn't missed a lot outside on the corners, but he's missed up and down pretty much this entire game. Garula with a 2-2 count. Nobody out. Runner on first base, that's the freshman Hanley, after he walked to lead off the inning. Bottom of the third, Comets with a 3-0 lead. As Garula swings and misses, and a strikeout from Bredek.
That was a very good pitching. Each of the strikes that Garula had, Bredek did a good job getting the ball where he wanted it to be. Garula just needed to focus a little more on making sure that he hit the ball instead of swinging and missing. But
As that's going to be it for Bredek. In comes Caden Morris, another senior for the Fairfield Indians. Quick pitching change here for the Indians as Kevin West gets ready to stand into the box.
With only one man on base, the Comets are probably looking forward to getting more men on base, obviously, but also just seeing how this new pitcher will throw.
Morris is senior, strictly a pitcher for this Fairfield Indian squad. Kevin West, the junior, will stand in against him in the bottom of the third inning. Jake Hanley on first base, led off with a walk. And the story of this game, Lydia, so far has been the free bases that Fairfield has given the Comets, and the Comets have just been capitalizing, getting timely hits with runners in scoring position early on.
Oh yes, exactly. The Fairfield has been letting, no, not exactly letting, but the Comets have been walking to bases, and that's what got them their 2 runs last inning. And Fairfield, I think that's why they're switching pitchers as well, because they want to get back, they want to get into the groove of making sure that the Comets won't be able to do that. They want to stop the runs, obviously, but also just boost morale for the team as well, because getting all those walks just, it doesn't look good for the Indians. So the more strikes is better for the team. So
Bredek had a little bit of location problems, just like you said, walked a couple batters, gave the Comets some free opportunities as Kevin West now is going to step in for the Comets. Hanley on first, 1 down in the inning. That was a strikeout from Garula. So Bredek finished his outing strong. 2 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs, and 3 hits.
now this is a good opportunity for the Comets to see what pitcher, what they're going to be facing for the next couple innings. So we're going to see how this goes.
Here's the first pitch, and it's on the ground, right back to the pitcher. West is out at first base, a tailor-made double play. Right back to Caden Morris, and that's just about all you can ask for if you're the Indians, a 1-pitch inning ender. And we will be right back with the top of the 4th inning as Fairfield will be up to bat. A beautiful double play to end the inning from Barrios and Jonah Garrison.
Encuentra el bosque más cercano en descubreelbosque.org. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go! What you picking up on, bud?
It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Welcome back to the Mason High School varsity baseball field. Top of the fourth inning action as you see Brendan Garula, the starting pitcher for the Comets, fire in that first pitch strike to the shortstop Ricky Barrios. Garula started off a little bit rocky. He's been very solid in these past 2 innings, operating with great efficiency in that third, retiring the Indians 1-2-3. Comets hold a 3-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Fairfield has had a hard time getting anything going since that first inning. Got a couple men on base. Second and third with 2 outs, weren't able to capitalize. That's one of the things that Fairfield's head coach, Tommy Begley, talked about, was cashing in when runners are in scoring position. That's what they didn't do in this first matchup against the Comets, and eliminating that big inning that the Comets had in the 6th inning. Comets got a couple runs across in the bottom of the second as Barrios foul tips that one.
Once Garula is getting in his rhythm, you can tell he's not going to let anything go past him. He is throwing those solid balls, and the batter is just not being able to hit them. And this is good for the Comets, but not good news for the Indians.
And Garula gets Barrios to swing and miss on the fastball there. One down in the inning.
A lot of pressure on Fairfield because, again, they have 0 runs so far. Well, the Comets have 3. So if they can just get a few people on base, that will be great. But a swing and a miss from the last hitter.
Logan Murphy, the catcher, stands in. Garula starts him off with a breaking ball that just misses the zone inside. And this home plate umpire has not been very forgiving on those breaking balls as far as calling strikes, as Murphy looked like he might have gone around. It was a called strike anyway. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 down in the inning after that strikeout by Barrios.
Garula is just really focusing on exactly where he wants to put the ball because, again, if he lets it go by and the Indians get on first base, that's not good news.
2-1 the count now. And that ball is low and inside. And Garula falls behind in the count 3-1. Saw this at the beginning of the game, that third inning. We saw none of this. He was extremely efficient. As he steps up the pace there a little bit, trying to get back into that quicker rhythm. He does right there and gets the strike call to make the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch. And they call him. Murphy didn't agree, but Garula strikes him out.
Once Garula gets in his rhythm, he's killing it. He's getting these strikeouts, and this is really good news for the Comets. Yeah, beautiful pitch.
Yeah, right on the inside corner there from Garula. Sits down Logan Murphy. Got behind in the count, got right back ahead of it though, as he's working with much quicker pace now, and that's strike one.
As he was in the first inning, he looked to his first baseman a lot, but since there's no one on first base this time, he can focus solely on his pitches and making sure that they don't ever get to first base.
In stands Caden Campbell. And a swing and a miss there. Garula ahead in the count 0-2.
Again, Garula is just being really consistent these past couple innings, which is great news for the Comets. He's pitching really well.
Garula in the dirt there, lost control. 1-2 the count. Campbell able to get on base. Or excuse me, no, he struck out in his first at-bat. And another swing and a miss. Garula with a dominant fourth inning to follow up that efficient third inning. And the Comets are working on all cylinders right now. When we come back, bottom of the fourth inning action, the Comets will try to extend this 3-0 lead. Brendan Garula dealing on the mound right now for the Comets.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/firedrill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Welcome back to the Mason High School varsity baseball field. We've got a good one here today as the Fairfield Indians have traveled on the road to play the Mason Comets, playing host to the Indians after that first matchup. Earlier in the week, the Comets took 4-2. They lead 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth as the catcher, Brady Bly, who is 1 for 1 in this game. And that one goes right past the first baseman, and Bly is going to reach base again. Jonah Garrison couldn't control that ground ball.
Beautiful hit by Brady Bly. It went right past the catcher's mitt, which is exactly what is great to get him on first base. Yeah.
A.J. Lefton now will stand in for the Comets. He also was able to get on base earlier. He reached base on the error by Barrios, which loaded the bases in that second inning for the Comets. They were able to capitalize, get 2 runs across the plate. He shows bunt, pulls back. They're going to throw back. Garrison not there in time for the tag. And Bly reaches safely.
With Fairfield's Indians' second pitcher, Caden Morris, out pitching, you can tell the Indians are like ready and they're waiting to capsize on any moment. Exactly. Like the first pitcher, Zach Bredek, hardly ever looked towards first base, but Morris is really making sure that the Comets cannot increase their lead anymore.
Fairfield looking to defend the bunt. Lefton showing it. He'll pull back. And the count is now up to 3-0. Excuse me, that's 2-0. Nobody out, man on first, that's Bly after the error by Garrison. Pulls back, and that's going to be strike one. 2-1 the count. Comets with a 3-0 lead. Scoreless in the third inning. As he fouls that one off. Looked like he wanted to pull that one back.
Lefton was almost trying to go for the bunt again, but he wanted to pull it back, but unfortunately could not get it back in time, causing a foul ball.
Little indecision there from the junior. Morris's payoff pitch, 2-2 the count. Breaking ball in the dirt. Bly, and the catcher couldn't find it, and Bly is going to take second on the miscue. Catcher Logan Murphy did a good job of keeping that one in front of him, but he didn't think he did. And Bly moves up to second, and the Comets have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Beautiful field awareness by Bly. He saw that the catcher didn't have the ball in his hand. He's like, I'm gonna run, and he did, and now he's on second base, which is great news for the Comets.
Beautiful read there by Bly. Lefton, can he pay it off? That ball is fair. Lefton is gonna be out at first base. Bly is gonna move up to third. So a quality at-bat there from Lefton, advancing the runner all the way up to third base, and in stands Max Johnson, the technically four-year varsity baseball player for the Comets.
That was a good play by Lefton. He sacrificed his getting on base so that way Bly could get in position for a run. Very smart. Now.
Looks like the umpire having a bit of issues here. Maybe got something in his eye on that play. It looks like he did. So we take a quick break from play. Of course, hoping everything is okay there. Hoping nothing too serious. Looks like he's going to get some sort of liquid to put in there. Hopefully wash that dust out.
Yeah. That's the one bad thing about being an ump. The dirt gets in your eye and you have no protection.
As we take a look here at what happened. And yeah, right off the bat of A.J. Lefton, looked like something probably popped in his eye there. Seems to be fine now. We'll continue play. Max Johnson now standing in for the Comets, the lefty, the shortstop, the speedster. 5-tool player for the Comets. The pitch from Morris is outside. An interesting decision here by the Indians. They're going to play Max Johnson with the infield in all the way up on the grass. Johnson will take ball 2. So Morris behind in the count, 2-0. Johnson with nothing but patience right now. Man on third base, 1 down. And it's 3-0, and Johnson has worked the count completely in his favor. 3-0. Ben Stewart on deck. One of the best 1-2 punches in the GMC for the Comets.
What we've noticed about the Comets is that they have
line
patience.
down the right field line, and that's going to be a foul ball.
The Comets are willing to take a few balls in order to get their hit, which unfortunately for Johnson just didn't quite make it inside the field lines. But
Johnson had the 3-0 green light there. Wasn't able to keep that one fair. In the dirt, Bly didn't read it quite off the bat, and now it's thrown into the middle of the infield. Bly stays put at third. Not willing to take any risks. Max Johnson up to first. A little bit of sloppy defense there from the Indians. Comets can't take advantage. Ben Stewart now will step in as we take a look there.
Not the best case scenario for the Indians. Luckily for them, Bly didn't take the chance about running, but if they did, they just did not have control over that ball. The catcher lost it, the shortstop lost it, but maybe next time.
Stewart now. First and third, 1 down. That ball in the dirt, 1-0.
Compared to when he first came out, Morris hasn't been throwing as consistently as he did when he got the Comet batter out. He's been throwing a lot of low, high, kind of a little bit of all over the place. So hopefully, maybe he can find his rhythm and get back into the groove of getting those batters out.
Johnson was running on the play, takes second base on the pitch in the dirt from Morris. Stewart outside.
Again, the Comets are in no rush to get another run. They have a 3-0 lead, so they can take their time in getting the perfect opportunity for their next run.
Line into left field and over the head of the left fielder, Stewart. Here comes Johnson around third. He's going to score. Stewart is into second with a 2-run double. Beautiful hit there from Ben Stewart. Comets extend the lead to 5-0.
That was a beautiful hit by Ben Stewart. He got it exactly where he needed it to be, and the Fairfield Indians catcher just could not get it. It was a nice, clean hit where Bly and Johnson were able to get those runs.
And Stewart getting his arms extended, getting that ball over the left fielder's head. Johnson did a good job there, holding it second to make sure that it got over his head. And now in stands Michael Molnar. He'll take the breaking ball for ball one. Stewart stands on second now. He's off to an absolute tear early in the Comet season. Molnar will take ball two. 2 breaking balls, 2 out of the zone for Caden Morris.
Morris just needs to get his strikes. He isn't exactly finding his rhythm yet. Again, he needs to make sure that he knows where he wants to put the ball, because it's just kind of been all over the place for him.
Called strike one there to Molnar. The count is now 2-1. 1 man down. Molnar down the third base line, but foul. Comets starting to find their groove a little bit at the plate. Of course, Fairfield a little thin in the bullpen right now. Already played 2 games. 1 over the weekend, 1 on Monday.
Fairfield has just got to keep their eye on the ball. There's been a lot of...
Molnar, a shot into left center field. Stewart is going to head back to second as that ball is caught. And that ball will roll into the infield. Stewart gave it a look. That ball was caught out there by John Rodriguez, the left fielder. And that'll be 2 down as Jackson Orlando, the cleanup hitter for the Comets, will step in, looking to drive Stewart in. Good opportunity here for the Comets to extend that lead even further.
And this is a good opportunity for the Comets to take advantage of Fairfield's mishaps with the balls. They just haven't been the cleanest at catching them, and it's good news for the Comets, but again, Fairfield is just not on their A game today.
Orlando took that first pitch for ball number 1. Stewart leads off second. Orlando takes ball 2. Another breaking ball out of the zone by Morris. Orlando, a swing and a miss. Nearly down on one knee on that play. He looked like he wanted to send that over the light tower.
Exactly. He wanted to hit that ball, but good news for Morris, he didn't.
Orlando will step out. 2-1 the count, 2 down. Ben Stewart stands on second base. 5-0 lead for the Comets in the bottom of the 4th. Low. And that's going to be ball number 3. So Jackson Orlando in control of this at-bat. 3-1 count, 2 down. Morris looking to battle back. He gets the sign from Murphy. The pitch to Orlando. Stewart off and running. The throw down to third. And Stewart not sliding in there, but he reaches safely anyway. Orlando takes ball 4.
That was a good play by the Comets. They were watching the ball, making sure that he wasn't going to get tagged, and he just barely made it. But that's Morris's first walk of the game, I believe, and I'm believing that the Fairfield Indians are not wanting a repeat of what happened in the first couple innings with those 2 walks that got the Comets their runs.
First and third for the Comets, 2 down. Orlando stands on first. He'll lead off. He'll hold at first base. Of course, the Comets have attempted to steal a couple times on Logan Murphy in this situation with first and third. As the umpire will look out to the pitcher's mound. Hanley standing in. Of course, had that RBI in the first inning that got the Comets on the board.
Fairfield is going to talk to their pitcher, making sure that he knows what to do.
Little conversation here from the pitching coach.
Yeah. Morris was really consistent when he first came out, very strong for the Indians, but then he let that walk get on, and he's got to keep up his spirits to make sure that he knows he can pitch. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens.
Looks like a little problem with the mound there. Home plate umpire just looking to make sure Morris is staying safe out there. And we will resume play. Hanley with a 1-0 count. The pitch from Morris inside, taken for a ball. 2-0 the count. Orlando not looking to take off, it looks like, from first base. Of course, Murphy was able to throw out a Comets base runner in that first inning, which stunted the Comets rally. Hanley takes ball 3, and Hanley in control, and the Comets are threatening to load the bases once again with Brendan Garula on deck.
Morris can't take any chances with any of these Comets hitters because they all have cannons for arms, but that's his second walk, and the bases are now loaded, and this is a prime opportunity for the Comets to get another run on the board.
Yeah, it looks like Morris might have heard you on that play. He avoids Jake Hanley at all costs there. A walk on 4 pitches as Brendan Garula now will step in. Another conversation here at the pitcher's mound between Caden Morris and Logan Murphy. 2 down. This is the second time the Comets, the second inning in which the Comets have loaded the bases. That second inning where they were able to put 2 runs on the board.
So again, a lot of pressure on Morris here because if he walks, that's another run. And again, the Fairfield Indians do not want a repeat of what happened last time.
Garula takes ball 1 high, up at the nose that time. Morris losing a little bit of control there. A 1-0 pitch is fouled back.
Garula is ready to hit the ball into the outfield. All the Comets are getting ready to run to make sure that they can get that extra run that will put them up even further from the Indians.
Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Morris continues to have control problems.
Right now, Morris really just has to focus on getting a strike because, again, 2 more balls and that's a walk.
And that's ball 3. 3-1 count now. Two down. In the bottom of the 4th, Comets already with 2 runs in. The pitch. And Garula is going to foul that one out of play. And the count is full. Full count, 2 down. 5-0 lead for the Comets. Here's the pitch, and it's lined. Second base, it's through. Around third. Coming home is Jackson Orlando. Up to third goes Jake Hanley. Another 2 runs in for the Comets. Timely hitting as Brendan Garula drives in 2 runs, and it's up to 7-0 now.
Beautiful, beautiful hit by Garula. He got exactly where he wanted it. And Fairfield's outfield is just not on top of getting the ball in their gloves today, which is great news for the Comets. An extra 2 runs is making it 7-0. A beautiful hit, just smart plays all around.
It looks like we got a pinch hitter here, Noah Samuel. Is going to be pinch hitting here for Kevin West. 7-0 lead for the Comets. Caden Morris staying out there despite giving up 4 runs in this inning. It sounds like Kevin West will re-enter this game in the field. Samuel standing in, of course. Went yard in the preseason at Wright State as he takes ball 1. Another talented Comets hitter, and they've got a ton of depth on this team. Pretty much everyone up and down the lineup is able to hit the ball, put it in play. The pitch from Morris, swung on and missed by Samuel.
And since every Comet hitter is such a powerhouse, Morris has to be really careful about his pitches. Because again, one perfect hit, one perfect pitch, and then that's another run for the Comets, which would just further the lead even more.
Samuel down the right field line, out of play and foul. Garula was running on the play. Hit and run action there from the Comets. Brady Bly, the catcher, on deck. Samuel coming off Tommy John surgery, actually one of the Comets' better pitchers, unable to pitch this season, recovering from Tommy John surgery, possibly to be back at the end of the season. As the count is 1-2 with 2 down. First and third for the Comets. Samuel with a breaking ball. It's a little blooper into right field. It's going to drop in fair territory, and Garula's around second. He's headed to third. It's bobbled. Samuel with a base hit. And that's just taken what they're giving him, as that's the 5th run in. It's 8-0 now. Comets lead. Brady Bly now is going to come to the plate. First and third for the Comets. Samuel getting good extension there and able to muscle that one into shallow right field, as Kevin West now is going to take his place on the base paths.
Yeah, that was a beautiful hit by Samuel. He perfectly got it, and then again, Fairfield's outfield is just not getting their eyes on the ball, which is amazing news for the Comets. They just are hitting them exactly where they need to go, and they're just increasing their lead even more.
Brady Bly stands in, the catcher. Bly on base a couple times early on in this game. The pitch from Morris is lined down the right field line. That's a base hit. That's going to be the 9th run as Kevin West rounds second. He's headed to third. Cut off by Barrios. Comets with first and third now. Once again, it's like a merry-go-round at this point. First and third, first and third, first and third, and the Comets are able to drive in a ton of runs in this inning. That's the 6th as the lead is up to 9-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Exactly. This is great news for the Comets. They're really getting into the rhythm, hitting their ball, getting on first base, running the third. And since they have the speed to be able to do this was working perfectly for them. The strategy of first and third is going amazing for the Comets, just increasing their lead.
New pitcher here for the Indians. That's going to be John Matthews, the sophomore. And we'll be right back with the rest of this inning as the Comets have put 6 on the board, and it is 9-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Excuse me, the bottom of the 4th.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
And welcome back to Mason High School, the varsity baseball field. The Comets with a dominating performance today, up 9-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runners on first and third, 2 down. Comets have got a lot of these runs actually with 2 outs, as we have a new pitcher. It's going to be John Matthews, the sophomore for the Indians. Of course, not a lot of experience for Matthews. This would be his first year of varsity baseball for the Indians, given the COVID season and that cancellation last year. But the Comets are performing at all cylinders right now. Just a 5-tool dominant performance from the Comets.
The Comets have really stepped up their game in the last couple innings. They're getting those runs, knowing exactly where to put the ball, and they're taking advantage of Fairfield's lack of control in the outfield. And this is their 3rd pitcher, while Comets have still remained on their 1st. So,
yeah, Brendan Garula, he's been the story today for the Comets, a dominating pitching performance from him. Yeah. Working on all cylinders. Got into a bit of a trouble in the 1st and 2nd innings. His defense bailed him out, was able to get him out of it. But he's been dealing in the 3rd and 4th innings, operating with a little more pace, a little more quickness to his delivery.
And the name of the game for these Fairfield pitchers have been walks. Each pitcher has gone at least 2 walks so far. So I look forward to seeing if that Matthews will keep up the tradition that seems to be happening in this game.
Lefton will take ball 1. And Fairfield in danger of the 10-run rule here. If the Comets are able to put a run on the board and are not able to score in the top of the 5th inning, the Comets will take this one in just 5. That one outside and low, Lefton, patience, and Matthews comes into this game a little bit wild.
Especially with the wind. Wind is not a friend to baseball. Matthews really has to make sure that he's throwing the ball with enough speed that it doesn't get blown away, or that he knows exactly where it's going to get put.
Ball 3 to A.J. Lefton. 2 down in the inning. And that's going to be strike 1. Lefton thought it was outside. Pinch runner for the Comets on first. Pinch running for Brady Bly. And that's going to be a walk there. Lefton with some patience draws the walk on 5 pitches. Now Max Johnson will stand in once again.
Bases are loaded for like the 3rd time for the Comets. This game has just been great news for them. Unfortunately for Fairfield, that this is the 3rd time bases have been loaded, and they just, every single time Comets have gone a run, they have to keep up their intensity in the outfield to make sure that another run doesn't happen, so that way the game isn't over in only 5 innings.
Johnson with a fly ball into left. Into the haze with the wind, and caught out there in left field. So we will play another inning. Johnson not able to drive in that 10th run. We will head to a quick break and be back with the top of the 5th inning as the Comets, with a 6th run, 4th inning, lead 9-0.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
what to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back into the Mason Varsity baseball field. The Comets hold a 9-0 lead over the Fairfield Indians. A big fourth inning where they got 6 runs across. And Brendan Garula has put together a dominant performance for the Comets. No runs and 1 hit through 4 innings of work so far.
Especially after his first couple of innings where he wasn't exactly hitting his mark. Lately, for the past 3 innings, he's been very consistent, which is great news for the Comets.
In stands Kemper Murray for the Indians. Garula ahead 0-2 as he throws a ball there. And it is now 1-2. Comets got the bullpen working a little bit. 2 arms out there, it looks like. Murray fouls that breaking ball off from Garula.
Fairfield should be patient for these couple ones. They may be down, but they still have no reason to be pushing for the 3 outs that Garula will get them.
And that's ball number 2 from Brendan Garula. A little high and inside there on Kemper Murray. 2-2 the count. Top of the 5th inning. The pitch from Garula outside. Good at bat here from Murray. Fouled off that tough breaking ball, and he's worked the count full. The payoff pitch from Garula is swung on and missed by Kemper Murray. And Garula continues his dominance here into the top of the 5th.
Garula has just been a powerhouse for the Comets today. His pitching has really gotten them the opportunity for them to get all of their runs because he's quickly shutting down these first halves of the innings and is just making it a lot easier for the Comets to get their runs in the bottom half.
1-0 the count. Here to Reese Wahoff, the third baseman, as that ball is fouled straight back and out of play. Count is even at 1-1. 1 down in the inning on that strikeout from Kemper Murray. Comets have been sound defensively. No errors on the ledger compared to the 2 from the Indians. The pitch. Outside. Popped into the infield. A.J. Lefton settles under it and makes the catch. Routine pop fly to the second baseman. Lefton puts it away, and that's the 2nd out of the top of the 5th.
Yeah. The Comets have a really strong put together infield and outfield. They haven't been dropping the ball. They've been tracking it, making sure it gets in their glove. When Fairfield hits the ball, it goes okay, but Comets just keep on the pressure, so that way Fairfield has no chance to get that run.
In stands Jonah Garrison. Excuse me, that's actually Zach Hetty, the senior. Number 23 for the Indians, as Garula gets him to foul that one out of play. And he swings and misses on pitch number 2, and Garula's in the driver's seat. 0-2, 2 down in the top of the 5th.
Garula is just keeping up the intensity. He is not letting down. It may be the 5th inning, but you could not tell.
little bit outside there from Garula. 1-2 the count. Cold day here in Comet Country. Wind blowing out to right center field. On the ground. Johnson, diving play, can't make it. And Orlando will fetch that from left field. A base hit from Zach Heedy. And it looks like Garula is going to take a quick visit from Coach Bly, and that's going to be the end of the line for Brendan Garula. A sensational pitching performance.
He did an amazing job out throughout the whole 5 innings. He kept up his pitching throughout all the time. He had a few mishaps towards the beginning and maybe one or so every inning, but other than that, he kept it strong, he kept it great, and he really performed for the Comets, allowing them to quickly end the Fairfield's turn at batting.
Comets going with a little bit of youth here. Number 10, the sophomore Quentin Kaler. We will be right back with the top of the 5th inning action.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! The Comets win! Yeah!
And welcome back to Comet Country. We got a good one here for you today as the Comets hold a 9-0 lead over the Fairfield Indians here in the top of the 5th inning. Quick pitching change for the Comets as Quentin Kaler, the sophomore, checks in for Brendan Garula, who had a dominant pitching performance, no runs on 2 hits through 4 2/3 innings.
Yeah, Garula really kept up a strong game for the Comets. He was a strong pitcher all throughout his 5 innings, but now Quentin Kaler is taking his place, and we get to see how the Fairfield Indians react to his pitching style.
Pinch runner Trent Stevenson in for Zach Heedy for the Indians as Kaler throws a ball on the first pitch, breaking ball, and it's going to skip right past the catcher. And Trent Stevenson's going to take a base.
Fairfield is really at a time where they need to score, or else if the Comets get another run next time they're up to bat, that's the game. So Fairfield is really taking any chance they get to score a run.
Of course, they got a runner in scoring position now, ahead in the count, 2-0. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. At the plate is Sam Crawley, the junior. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Kaler, and it's fouled back. John Rodriguez on deck for the Indians. The leadoff hitter for this Fairfield lineup. Comets with 7 hits, Fairfield with 2. Comets a clean defensive game, no errors, Fairfield with a couple. And Kaler fires strike 2, right on the inside corner. 2-2 the count, 2 down, Stevenson at second. Crawley at the plate. Kaler looking to send this back to the Comets offense, and time is called.
Kaler has gotten 2 good strikes, but also has 2 balls. But his pitching has been good. He just needs to focus in a little bit more in order to get this final strike.
The 2-2 pitch from Kaler as the sun shines down on the Varsity Mason baseball field. The breaking ball was left up, didn't quite break enough for Kaler, and the count is full with 2 down.
And now it looks like the sun is right in his eyes, so that's going to be a little difficult to make sure he can get exactly where he wants it.
Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Kaler gets the strikeout, comes right in, gets 1 out. And that's what you do as a reliever right out of the pen, as the Comets are going to carry that 9-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to end things here between them and the Fairfield Indians. We will be right back with that bottom of the 5th action.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! Comets win! Yeah!
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And welcome back to Mason, Ohio. Bottom of the 5th inning action. Comets with a 9-0 lead as Ben Stewart steps in to the batter's box. Comets hold a 9-0 lead. A 6-run 4th inning, proving to be the difference. 1 run will win the game for the Comets. John Matthews, the sophomore, on the mound. The 1-0 pitch is lined into center field, and there's the base runner. Ben Stewart continues his hot start to the season. He's just been, unable to get him out early on in this season, and every team is having problems with him at the plate.
Yeah. Beautiful consistency throughout his hits. He manages to get it on base a lot of the time, which is perfect for what the Comets need right now.
Michael Molnar stands at the plate, hit by that pitch early on, and he'll take a breaking ball in there for a strike. Little inside there. Looked like it clipped the inside corner, and Michael Molnar is down 0-1. Nobody out in the inning. Stewart stands on first. Matthews will give him a look. Breaking ball too far outside. Count is even at 1-1.
What should be going through Matthews' heads right now is he needs to make sure that a walk should not happen again, because that would give Comets 2 men on bases, and he just needs to make sure he gets an out so that way the Fairfield Indians can live to see another inning.
Molnar takes ball 2. It's 2-1. Just as you said, Lydia, runner in scoring position. The Comets have been taking advantage of those opportunities throughout this entire game. 1 run here will end it. 8 hits for the Comets tonight, compared to 5 in their matchup Monday. And Stewart is going to take second base. on the pass ball there.
Yeah, Addison, these Fairfield Indians just need to keep their game up. Matthews, that was not a very good play on his part. Sometimes you lose control of the ball, but this is not the time to be losing control of the ball because, again, one run, the game's over.
A base hit into the outfield away from ending it. Molnar fouls that one off. The count is full at 3-2 with nobody out. Jackson Orlando on deck. Fairfield given a lot of free bases throughout this game, giving the Comets a couple opportunities to take advantage on the base pass, and the Comets have done so. Matthews' full count pitch is outside and low, and that'll be first and second.
Matthews was not happy about that. You could see it in his face. He knew that ball wasn't going where he wanted it, and that just lets the Comets get even more chances to end this game right here.
So it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Comets. It'll be James Laughlin, the junior, standing in. Stewart on second. Here's the pitch from John Matthews, and Laughlin fouls it off down the third base line.
Yeah, and right now the Comets, they aren't stealing any bases because they have no need to. They can take their time as long as they want.
Of course, runner in scoring position. The pressure is on this Indians defense and John Matthews to keep that runner where it is for 3 outs. We'll see if Laughlin can drive that winning run here. Matthews with the breaking ball, and it's a hit by pitch. And the bases are loaded, nobody out.
This is not good news for Fairfield Indians. He gets hit right by the ball, and the Indians have the Comets with the bases are loaded, and again, just one more run, and then the Indians lose for the second time to the Comets.
Aiden Stewart now stands in for the Comets with the bases loaded. A 9-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Stewart, strike one, outside corner. Good pitch, there from Matthews.
Right now is when Matthew needs to be getting in his head like, okay, I can do this, get him out. But unfortunately, the ball control has just not been there as of late.
Ball one there low. Evens the count at 1-1. And that one was up and inside. Stewart ahead in the count, 2-1. Nobody out. That runner on third is the winner for the Comets. Swing and a miss from Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart was looking to hit that ball. He was ready to hit it, but unfortunately Matthews had a good pitch there, and that was his second strike.
Here's the pitch. Stewart pops it straight up in the infield. Drifting back and making the catch. And that's going to be out number 1 for the Fairfield Indians.
It was a good thing he caught that, because if he didn't, that would have been really bad news.
Michael Murphy, now the sophomore, pitched a really nice game on Monday against Fairfield, only giving up 1 earned run. As the lead is 9-0 for the Comets. 1 down in the inning, bases loaded, winning run on third. Murphy with an opportunity to drive that winner in.
Yeah. A lot of pressure on Murphy right now because, again, if he hits it and it goes well, that's the game.
Ball one there from Matthews. Of course, a walk here, a base on balls will end the game as well. That'll drive in that winning run. Stewart at third base. Of course, he got on base. First at bat of the inning with a line drive into center field. And Murphy foul tips that one into the glove of Logan Murphy. And that evens the count at 1-1. Matthews started off this inning a bit wild, hit a batter. That's Laughlin at first base. Seems to have calmed things down a little bit as he draws strike 2 there. Outside corner on Murphy.
When Matthews takes his time, he gets the ball where he wants it, which is perfect for what the Indians need right now.
The pitch to Murphy, low and away, evens the count at 2-2. The pitch from Matthews, foul tipped again, and Murphy will sit. A strikeout by Matthews, and now 2 outs. Could Matthews find a way to get out of this inning? Kevin West now will stand in for the Comets.
Yeah. Matthews he could turn the game around right now for the Indians to get them another extra inning to get those runs back.
Outside, that's ball number 1. West ahead in the count, 1-0. 2 down in the inning. Two 2-0. West in the driver's seat. Ahead in the count.
2 more, and then he ends this game right now.
Big pitch here from Matthews. Low and away. That's going to make the count 3-0, and the Comets are a ball away from ending this thing. And that one is going to be ball 4, and the Comets looks like you're going to win this thing 10-0 by run rule in the 5th inning. That's going to end things here. A dominant 4th inning from the Comets, putting up 6 runs, 8 hits on the game to Fairfield's 2 errors by Fairfield, none from the Comets. That's going to do it. Alongside my partner, Lydia Lisco.
Yeah.
Have a great night, and thanks for tuning in to a great day of baseball here from Comet Country.